Amazing day to all. This is Teacher Dan Rogayan and welcome to our huling pabaon 2025 for professional education. Ilang araw na lang po ay inyong board exam na. So today's Friday, on Sunday, March 23, 2025 will be your big day, will be your long quiz, and I hope that you are all ready, equipped, and ready to brave your long exam. I would say long exam because it will be two parts for Bachelor of Elementary Education and three parts for the Bachelor of Secondary Education. So I hope you have prepared already all your exam paraphernalias, no? And today, Friday, hopefully will be your last day of reviewing. Kung uh, medyo kailangan pa na dagdagan, maybe until tomorrow. Okay, pero sana relax na tayo by tomorrow, no, which is a Saturday. So hopefully, no, so mga bandang gabi medyo unwind or chill na tayo. And by Sunday, of course, that's your big day, so you will have to wake up early. Okay, at least 5:30 a.m. in your school assignments so that you'll be able to catch no the time no just in case papapasukin na kayo in your respective classrooms or room assignments. So won't take this any longer, so let me share my slide. So just like what we did in general education, this is a marathon drill of the salient concepts in professional education, just to um for us to be able to remember no these concepts that might come out in the board licensure examination for professional teachers. Remember that in terms of professional education, it's more of like understanding the context of the question. It's more of like understanding the situation, putting yourself in in the situation where the question is trying to ask you, no? So kapag sa Prof Ed, it's more of like the idealistic, the most perfect, no? Dapat pinaka-perfect tayo, pinaka-idealistic tayo, pinaka-plastic kumbaga, no? When we answer professional education. But again, no, these are the ideal, no? These are the principle-based applications, no? So the theories, the principles, the concepts are being integrated in a situation. So that's where we are being tested, no? So these concepts, no, might help you remember and might help strengthen your concepts and profit, and hopefully will be able to make sense now of all of these concepts. Okay, so once again, this is Teacher Dan Rugayan. This is your Paban 2025 for professional education. Okay, our goal to pass and even top the board licensure examination for professional teachers. Kaya natin to, papasa tayong lahat. Manalig tayo, patuloy na magdasal at patuloy na maniwala sa ating kakayahan at sa ating sarili. No? Ginawa natin yung best natin. And I know that you'll be able to nail and ace the board exam. Okay? So you will pass the boards. Let's claim it. Let's manifest this. And let's keep praying it until the result of the board exam. Okay? So pag may time po may time pa kayo, you can actually go to our page. There are posted questions there which I already provided some answers already. So just in case lang you have time to scan these questions of the day that I have posted in our page. Okay? So, yeah, I think we could start now. DepEd Matatag is blank critical components. Ilan po ito? Of course, that's four components. And what are these? Of course, the Matatag, right? So, DepEd Matatag will have four critical components. Make the curriculum relevant to produce competent and job-ready, active, and responsible citizens. That's talking about our curriculum. Take steps to accelerate delivery of basic education facilities and services. So, delivery of services, particularly, of course, including our facilities. Take good care of learners by promoting learner well-being, inclusive education, a positive learning environment. And when we talk about inclusive education, everybody is part of the education system. No one is left behind. EFA, education for all. Inclusivo, walang naiiwan sa laylayan. And last is the G, give support to teachers to teach better. So we have series of upskilling and of course capacity building for our teachers. Okay, established to conduct a comprehensive national assessment of the Philippine education sector. What is that? Of course, this is the EDCOM 2 or the Second Congressional Commission on Education. All right. And remember that the EDCOM 2 is created under Republic Act 11899 passed in July 2022. So anong task nila? To review the Philippine education system from 2023 to 2025. 23, 24, 25. And remember, meron ng dalawang report already na inilabas ang EDCOM 2. So pag tinanong sa board exam, what's the title of the Year 1 report of EDCOM 2, that is Miss Education. That's basically the title, Miss Education, with the subtitle, The Failed System of Philippine Education. So Miss Education, The Failed System of Philippine Education, Year 1 report. What's the title of Year 2 report of EDCOM 2? Fixing the Foundations. Okay, let me hover it for a while. Yeah. Fixing the foundations, a matter of national survival. Again, fixing the foundations, a matter of national survival. That's the EDCOM 2 year 2 report. Okay? Okay, let us proceed. Shift towards reducing humanity subjects while increasing natural and physical sciences due to empirical learning approaches. This is actually the historical trend in Philippine curriculum development. So there was a historical trend in the Philippine curriculum development. Stage of Philippine education that focused on survival skills where learning was informal and based on practical knowledge. So anong era yan ng ating Philippine education? Pag nakita to, focus on survival skills, of course, that's pre-Hispanic era. Again, pre-Hispanic era. Okay, so next stage of Philippine education that introduced religious instruction where Catholicism was integrated in the curriculum. Of course, this is Hispanic era or during the Spanish regime. The three G's, remember, gold, glory, and God. No, God, no teaching of Christianism or Catholicism in general. Stage of Philippine education established the public school system, which introduced free and secular education. Of course, this is American period. Remember Gabaldon, okay? School buildings no in school established during the American regime. And remember that the University of the Philippines was established in 1908, again American period, and the Philippine Normal School, later Philippine Normal College, then later Philippine Normal University, the National Center for Teacher Education was established in 1901, no? During again in the during American period. Okay, educational focus for proper distribution of wealth, promoting economic development and education. What era yan sa ating historical period? Of course, that is the Commonwealth period. Again, Commonwealth period. Okay, educational focus during this period or education for all, ensuring accessibility to quality education. That is during the Republican period. Education for all. Okay. Then, educational focus during this era were highly proficient learners promoting discipline and nationalism in education. This is during the martial law and the new society era of the Bagong Lipunan. Remember that the Bagong Lipunan is Ferdinand Marcos Sr., while Bagong Pilipinas is Ferdinand Marcos Jr. or Bongbong Marcos. Holistic curriculum emphasizing 21st century skills and lifelong learning. This is now our current curriculum, which is the K to 12 curriculum. Pag tinanong sa board exam, what is the other name for K to 12 curriculum? That is EBEC, Enhanced Basic Education Curriculum. Pag tinanong sa board exam, what's the legal basis of the K to 12 curriculum? What's the law for K to 12? RA 10533. Pag tinanong sa board exam, ilang taon ang basic education in the Philippines? That's 12 years. Again, 12 years basic education. Bakit hindi kasama kindergarten? Because kindergarten is pre-basic education. Anong legal basis ng kindergarten? RA 10157. Okay? So next, central focus of the curriculum as education should cater to students' needs, abilities, and interests. Of course, that's the learner. The central focus of the curriculum. Again, central learner, okay, or central focus. Core of the formal educational system as it serves as the primary institution for structured learning. What's the core of the formal education system? Of course, that's the school. Remember, the school are nurseries of the state also. Okay? So, tatandaan. Alright. So, next, no? Ayan, naghang na, no? Super marathon. Wait lang po, ah. Sige, let us wait, no, for our slide to respond. Sorry for that. Okay, sige. So habang ito ay habang inaayos ko or habang nagre-respond ang ating PowerPoint. So remember that in the K-12 curriculum, no, we have several tracks, no? So ilan ang tracks natin for K-12 curriculum? Of course, we have 4 tracks, no? So we have 4 tracks in K-12 curriculum. What are again the 4 tracks of K-12 curriculum? Academic track, okay, TVL track, sports track, and arts and design track. Okay? So let's proceed. Contains, ito ba yung ating ano? Okay, next. Contains a list of all enrolled students in a class or school for record keeping. How do we call that? Of course, the SF1 or the school register or the master list. Okay? So document students' daily attendance and tardiness. What's called a school form is that, of course, SF2 or the attendance record. SF2 attendance record. Indicates students' academic performance and eligibility for promotion. That is SF5 or the promotion and retention report. Again, SF5 promotion and retention report. A report card showing students' grades per quarter. No, what is that? Of course, that's the SF9 or the learner progress report or the Form 138. Before, this is now the report card or SF9. A student's official academic transcript containing cumulative records. Of course, that's SF10, Learner's Permanent Academic Record. Ito yung tinatawag nating Form 137, yung Form 137 before yung pinaka-transcript natin sa high school na ipinapasa natin when we go to college. Alright, so these are some of the DepEd modified school form. SF1, school register. SF2, daily attendance report for learner. SF3, books issued returned. SF4, monthly learners movement attendance. SF5, report on promotion level proficiency. SF6, summarized report on promotion level proficiency. SF7, school personnel assignment list and basic profile. SF8, simplified health and nutrition form. SF9, learners report card. SF10, learners permanent academic record, or we know before as the Form 137. Okay? Special care and assistance should be provided to all children to ensure their well-being. What is that? Of course, this is most human adjustment to the protection of humane adjustment, no? To the protection of children or the UN Declaration of Human Rights. Okay? So next, serves as a benchmark for teachers' competencies and career progression. Anong tawag natin yan? Of course, the PQF, the professional standards in the Philippine Qualifications Framework or the PQF. Remember that the PQF has how many levels again? Of course, we have 8 levels. Kapag ikaw ay graduate ng BS Ed or BE Ed, nasang level ka na? Level 6. Pag graduate ka ng Masters, level 7. Pag graduate ka ng Doctorate, level 8. Again, what's the maximum? Level 8. Alright? So what's the counterpart of PQF in ASEAN region? So we call it the AQRF. Okay? ASEAN Qualifications Reference Framework. In the Philippines, PQF, Philippine Qualifications Framework. Okay? So next, covers knowledge, effective use of ICT teaching strategy in the mother tongue as a medium of instruction. Anong domain niya ng PPST? Of course, this is the PPST Domain 1 or the CKP, the Content, Knowledge, and Pedagogy. Remember, as a teacher, we have different knowledge. Kung alam mo ang tinuturo mo, you know your subject matter, content knowledge ang tawag doon. Marunong ka sa different approaches, strategies of teaching, ang knowledge yun, pedagogical knowledge. Marunong ka mag-integrate ng technology sa pagtuturo mo, what's that? Technological knowledge. Anong tawag natin sa tatlong ito? TPAC, Technological, Pedagogical, Content Knowledge. Okay, tatandaan po yan. Alright, next. PPS, the domain which focuses on classroom management, student support, and promoting conducive learning environment. Of course, PPS2, domain 2, learning environment. Again, PPST domain 2, learning environment. Addresses the varied needs, backgrounds, and abilities of students and the learning process. Anong PPST domain ito? Of course, this is PPST domain number, syempre, no? Number 3, diversity of learners. Again, diversity of learners. PPST domain which involves lesson planning, curriculum alignment, instructional resources, and professional collaboration. Of course, that is PPST domain for or curriculum and planning. Remember that we are curricularists, no? At kapag tayo ay nagre-record, no? Sumusulat, no? For example, ng ating lesson plan, of course, we are being a writer, no? As a KA, as a curricularist. Okay? So next, what PPSC domain emphasizes effective assessment strategies with feedback mechanisms and tracking student achievement. Of course, that the PPST domain 5, assessment and reporting. Remember, we have 3 different types of assessment, the assessment of, assessment for, and assessment as. Pag tinawag natin summative assessment, assessment of, formative assessment, assessment for, learning. And kapag naman mga self-reflection, self-assessment, assessment as learning. Kapag ikaw ay nagturo isang oras, nagbigay ka ng quiz after 1 hour, that is assessment for learning. That's still formative assessment. Pero kapag ikaw ay nagbigay ng test sa isang unit, sa isang quarter, sa isang period, assessment of learning, that is summative assessment. But in DepEd, no, remember that the Bible for assessment in DepEd is DepEd Order number 8, series of 2015. At ilan ang types of assessment natin sa DepEd? Dalawa, isang formative assessment at isang summative assessment. Ano ang nire-record doon? Parehong nire-record, but the part of computation of grade is only the summative assessment. Remember, formative is recorded but not being part of the grading of the grade computation, but summative test does. No, this is part of our computation of grade. And remember, there are 3 types of summative assessment: the written work, performance task, and quarterly assessment. Okay? So I hope alam niyo yung percentage natin, no, sa bawat area ng ating summative assessment. These are the 3 types of summative assessment: depth, and again, performance task, written works, and quarterly assessment. PPS domain covers involvement with the community, adherence to professional ethics, and compliance with school policies. Ano po yan? Of course, that's PPSD Domain 6, community linkages, and professional engagement. So we as teachers also, of course, engage in the community and also engage professionally. We can be resource speakers or we can be consultant in the community affairs. Okay? And of course, PPSC domain, which encourages continuous learning, professional development, and reflective practice. That is the last domain, PPST domain number 7, which is personal growth and professional development. Remember that as teachers, we are forever learners. No? Patuloy tayo na mag-attend ng mga conferences, mga workshops, mga seminars as part of our continuing professional development or CPD. Okay? Which of course every year, no, during the initial implementation, that's 45 no units per 3 years. Remember, 3 years no ang ating renewal of license, and eventually they reduce it to 15 units, no. And unti-unti, no, so nagkaroon ng moratorium, and unti-unti ibabalik na naman nila to 45 units. Okay? Applies basic teaching competencies and enters the profession with foundational skill. Anong career stage yan? Of course, this is career stage number 1 or the beginning teacher. No? So you have basic teaching competencies. Demonstrates effective application of teaching strategies and instructional management. You have effective application of teaching strategy, career stage 2 or proficient teacher. Okay? So next, engages in mentoring and coaching to enhance the performance of beginning teachers. Pag mentoring, ikaw ay career stage 3, highly proficient teacher. Okay? And of course, embodies the highest standards in teaching leadership and global best practices. That's career stage 4 or distinguished teacher. Remember, we have 4 career stages based on the Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers, and we have 7 domains of the PPST. Okay? Next, RA 10931 or the Universal Access to Quality Tertiary Education, or tinatawag natin UAQT, no, the Free College Tuition Fee Law. Okay, ensures free tuition in public higher education institutions, and this is government initiative in addressing access to free education, RA 10931. Okay? So next, effective questioning strategy that encourages higher order thinking, which promotes exploration of multiple answers. Pag multiple answers, of course, divergent questioning. Diverse, marami, multiple answers. Paano pag iisa lang? Pag closed-ended question, C, convergent questioning. Divergent, multiple answer. Convergent requires one answer. Okay? It's a closed question. Okay? So classroom strategy, when a student asks a direct question, allowing other students to engage before providing the answer. Of course, this is redirecting. So we call it redirecting. Okay? Teaching strategy that involves step-by-step learning where concepts are broken down into sequential steps for mastery. Ito ay direct instruction. So this is direct instruction. Instructional approach that addresses multiple intelligence, catering to students' varied learning styles. Of course, this is differentiated instruction. Differentiated instruction. Instructional strategy that engages kinesthetic learners such as experiments and role-playing. Of course, these are hands-on activities. Hands-on activities. Okay? Instructional strategy that reinforces learning through repetition, used to develop automaticity and mastery of concepts. That is drill and practice. Drill and practice. Okay? So, yeah, part of our law of exercise. Hybrid learning approach that combines face-to-face and online learning, integrating traditional and digital teaching methods. How do we call that? Of course, that's blended learning. Remember, the concept of blended learning is online plus face-to-face modality. Okay? So blended or tinatawag hybrid learning. Inquiry-based activity that engages students and online research where students analyze and synthesize information from the internet. Of course, we call it the web quest. Web quest. All right. Primary mode of instruction in distance education, enabling remote access to educational materials. What is that? Of course, that's e-learning or online learning. E-learning or online learning. So you can actually access remotely the educational materials. Grouping students according to their abilities and having them present learned concepts in social studies. We call it addressing student diversity through group activities. All right. So we are into different activities or differentiated instruction, as well as addressing or respecting student diversity. Displays of moral conduct showing ethical behavior and values in daily interactions. That's concept that reflects a person's attitude. All right. Moral conduct, ethical behavior, and values in daily interaction. Enhances muscular development and coordination benefiting kinesthetic learners. Of course, this is physical movement in learning. Physical movement in learning. Early reading skill demonstrated by emergent readers, where young readers point to each word as they read. We call it the word by word matching. Word by word matching. Okay? Research is often conducted merely as a compliance requirement to fulfill course curriculum demands rather than as a tool for meaningful educational improvement. And this one is the least significant aspect of research-based pedagogy. Research is not just a compliance, but we are what? Trying to uplift the quality of life. Pag tinanong sa board exam, what is research? No, this is creation of new blank, new knowledge. Research, new knowledge. What is technology? Application of science. What is science? Body of knowledge. Okay. So next, best teaching approach for global learners, which allows students to discover new ideas and cultures through active engagement. That is exploratory method. Exploratory method. Starts with a general rule or principle followed by specific example to illustrate the concept from general to specific. Of course, that's deductive teaching approach. From specific to general, that is inductive teaching approach. Okay, tatandaan. Prefers learning as a whole rather than breaking down details into smaller parts. What is that? Of course, characteristics of non-analytic learner. Characteristic of non-analytic learner. Focuses on details and analyzes information critically before forming conclusion. Of course, this is a trait of an analytic learner. Analytic learner. Remember, analysis is breaking down while synthesis is building up, no, of different concepts. Effective science exhibits for hands-on learning where students engage directly with scientific concepts. That's interactive models. Interactive models. Ability to recognize one's own thinking and learning processes, which involves reflecting on and regulating one's learning strategies. That is metacognition. Metacognition. Okay. Best strategy to develop reading comprehension and learning skills, which involves students taking turns leading discussions about the text. Of course, this is reciprocal teaching. Reciprocal teaching. Okay. Highest level in Bloom's taxonomy of learning objectives, requiring students to judge and compare different methods or concepts. To judge, of course, evaluation. But in the revised Bloom's taxonomy, the highest level is what? Creating. Okay? In the old Bloom's taxonomy, the highest level is evaluation. What's the lowest level in the old? Knowledge. Right? So we have Casey Apanse, knowledge, comprehension, application. Okay? Apanse, application, analysis, evaluation, and synthesis. That is Casey Apanse. Kapag naman sa revise, that is are you apanek, no? Are you remembering, understanding, applying, okay, analyzing, okay, apanek, evaluating, and creating. Okay, so that's are you apanek. Okay, next, ancient teaching philosophy emphasizing experiential learning, which encourages learning through practice and experience. That is Confucianism. Confucianism. All right. Philosophy that emphasizes universal and eternal truth, which uploads that some knowledge is timeless and unchanging, hindi nagbabago, timeless, unchanging. What is true years ago are still true today. Perennialism. Teaching of humanities is perennialism. Teaching of the Bible is perennialism. Teaching of the good books is perennialism. Teaching of literature is perennialism. Teaching of history is perennialism. Stage of development where adolescents take on masculine and feminine roles, where gender identity and social roles are explored. Of course, this is what again? Okay? So, anong stage of development take on masculine and feminine roles or gender and social rules are explored? Adolescence. Of course, this is adolescence. Cognitive process that involves organizing ideas into logical categories where students classify information for better understanding. That is analyzing. Analyzing. All right. Philosopher who advocated for natural education in early childhood, emphasizing learning through experience. That is Jean-Jacques Rousseau. Okay, Jean-Jacques Rousseau. Natural education. Educational theory that encourages peer learning and social interaction, highlighting collaborative learning. That is Vygotsky's social constructivism. Led by Vygotsky's social constructivism. Proposes that intelligence is not a single ability, but a combination of different modalities. This is Howard Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences. Again, multiple intelligence, Howard Gardner. How many intelligence do we have? We have originally 8 plus 1. We have ninth intelligences. Now, 9. And what is the ninth intelligence? That is existential intelligence. Instructional approach progressing from concrete or inactive to pictorial or iconic to abstract or symbolic learning. And active, iconic, and symbolic. Kanina ulit ito? Of course, that is Jerome Bruner's cognitive development theory. Jerome Bruner, who actually divided the cone of experience of Edgar Dale into three. Okay? Again, cone of experience, Edgar Dale, and Edgar Dale is considered as the father of modern media in education. Sense of initiative versus guilt, where children begin to take initiative in activities, of course, Erickson's stage of psychosocial development associated with initiative. Again, stages of psychosocial development of Erik Erikson. The closer the experience is to real-world application, the more effective the learning. Of course, that Edgar Dale's cone of experience and its implication in learning. Remember that Edgar Dale is considered as a father of modern media in education because of his cone of experience. Advanced organizer helps students link new information to prior knowledge. What is that? Okay, so that's meaningful learning of Ausubel subsumption theory. Okay, so tatandaan yan. Future top-notchers analysis where students break down content into meaningful components is of course a cognitive process. Identifying information in a lesson is an example of this. Okay, so next, theory of learning emphasizes understanding the whole rather than isolated parts, focusing on perception and cognitive organization. This is the Gestalt theory of learning. Gestalt theory of learning. Okay, learning by observing others, where students model behavior seen in teachers or peers. This is social cognitive theory in learning. Social cognitive theory in learning. Okay, so next, operant conditioning, where behavior is shaped through reinforcement and punishment. Of course, that's Skinner's theory of learning. Operant conditioning to B.F. Skinner, classical conditioning to Ivan Pavlov, right? A theory that emphasizes social environmental influences on development, which examines multiple layers of influence on a child's growth. Pag environmental influences, okay, on development, of course, this is Yuri Bronfenbrenner's ecological system theory. And what is the nearest system in nearest to the child? Of course, that's microsystem. Microsystem. Okay? Drill and practice heavily used to reinforce mastery and retention of skills is actually a behaviorist approach in teaching. Behaviorist approach in teaching. Staying grounded by engaging with those affected by change, where teachers listen to and consider the perspective of students and stakeholders. We call it active engagement. Active engagement. Growth spurt that occurs during adolescence, a stage marked by rapid physical and hormonal change. Of course, this is puberty. Puberty. Okay? So that is puberty, the growth spurt that occurs during adolescence. Okay? Stage marked by rapid physical and hormonal change. Okay? So next, providing additional learning experiences beyond the standard curriculum designed to challenge and expand students' knowledge. Of course, these are enrichment programs. Enrichment programs. Kapag naman after the school and you want to do a enhancement, or I mean, tawag dito, correction or remediation of the least learned concepts ng mga estudyante. So you do remedial classes, which is of course free, and you are not to charge our students because that is against our code of ethics. Okay? Reflects referent or democratic power, where decisions are made collaboratively. That's consensus-based leadership style. Consensus-based leadership style. Final resort of psychological harmony with reality, where an individual attains self-fulfillment and personal growth. That is achieving ego actualization. Ego actualization. All right. So effective classroom seating arrangement that encourages discussion, which promotes interactive and engaging discussions. Of course, this is horseshoe pattern. Horseshoe pattern. Okay? So next, observe phenomenon in workplace productivity where individuals modify their behavior in response to being observed. Okay? So what is that? Of course, that is Hawthorne effect. Hawthorne effect. Okay? So next, high expectations lead to high performance, which suggests that students perform better when teachers have high expectations of them. What is that? Of course, that's Rosenthal-Pygmalion effect. The Rosenthal-Pygmalion effect. Low expectation lead to low performance, which indicates that students tend to underperform when teachers expect them to do poorly. Of course, that's the Golem effect. Okay, so that's the Golem effect. A teacher's ability to stay aware of everything happening in the classroom and respond proactively, that is wittedness. Again, wittedness. Okay, setting and clarifying rules and expectations from the first day of class to maintain discipline. Of course, this is proactive classroom management strategy. Okay, so setting and clarifying rules. Common learning disability affecting reading skills characterized by difficulties in word recognition and spelling. This is dyslexia. This is dyslexia. Math-related learning disability, which affects number sense and problem solving. What is it again? Of course, that is dyscalculia. Dyscalculia. Okay? Disability that affects writing and spelling skills, leading to poor handwriting and spelling difficulties. This is dysgraphia. Dysgraphia. Okay? Motor learning disorder that impacts coordination, which affects fine and gross motor skills. Of course, that's dyspraxia. Dyspraxia. Okay? Vision condition where distant objects appear blurry while close objects remain clear. No? This is, of course, nearsightedness or myopia. Nearsightedness or myopia. A vision impairment where close objects appear blurry while distant objects remain clear. That is farsightedness or hyperopia. Farsightedness or hyperopia. A common digestive disorder characterized by discomfort or pain in the stomach, of course, that is indigestion or dyspepsia. Indigestion or dyspepsia. Developmental disorder characterized by social and communication challenges impacting interaction and behavioral patterns. That's autism spectrum disorder or ASD. Okay? A neurodevelopmental disorder affecting a person's ability to interact, communicate, and relate to others. That's difficulty in social interaction and communication, which is autism. Okay? Difficulty in social interaction and communication, autism. Okay, when the teacher does not speak the learner's mother tongue, when kindergarten people speak different mother tongues, when instructional resources in the mother tongue are available, when teachers are not yet trained in mother tongue instruction, these are exceptions to using mother tongue as the medium of instruction in kindergarten. And remember, in the DepEd Matatag program, the mother tongue has been discontinued. So there's no separate subject anymore for mother tongue based multilingual education or MTBMLE, and mother tongue is no longer a medium of instruction in the DepEd Matatag pilot implementation. And remember that in the initial, in the implementation of the MTBMLE under the K-12 program before, we have 19 recognized languages. 19 recognized languages. Okay? And remember, that's from kindergarten to grade 3. Adolescents explore different roles in society as part of their identity development process. That's adolescence and identity formation. Adolescence and identity formation. Refers to teaching strategies that are supported by rigorous research findings and proven methodologies, evidence-based learning. Evidence-based learning. Okay? Variety in student backgrounds, abilities, and learning styles necessitates differentiated instruction. This is diversity in learning environments. Diversity in learning environments. A method used to identify and address problems or issues in teaching and learning through systematic inquiry. Of course, this is action research in education. Action research in education. Okay? And usually for the model, we're using the common model for action research is the PDCA model. P, plan, develop, okay, PDCA, plan, develop, um, ano na yung C? Plan, develop, see, and act. What is C again? When we plan, we develop it, then we is it contextualized? Assignment and A is the act. All right. And then that's the PDCA model. All right. Policies that are responsive to a teacher's professional competencies and career growth. Of course, these are key factor in professionalism. Key factor in professionalism. A teacher refusing to accept a student with a minor physical disability, which demonstrates discrimination. Of course, this is example of prejudice in teaching. Example of prejudice in teaching. Okay? Problems occur repeatedly in education, forming a cycle that needs continuous solution. Of course, this is cyclical nature of educational challenges. Cyclical nature of educational challenges. The mindset of talagang ganyan lang, that's just how it is, reflects complacency in the profession. Of course, this is attitude reflecting mediocrity among teachers. Pwede na yan, no? Okay na yan, no? So that's mediocrity. Okay? Ensures educators stay updated in new trends and educational reforms. This is continuing professional development for teachers, or CPD. Okay? So next, demonstrated through a change in behavior rather than just memorization or test scores. Of course, this is true evidence of learning. True evidence of learning. Okay? It can be seen in physical changes such as gaining weight, which indicates biological development. This is growth in a learner. Growth in a learner. Okay? Indicates the test is difficult as most students scored low, no? Kapag ganon, that is positively skewed distribution test scores. Remember, pag positively skewed, letter P, poor performance, so ibig sabihin mabababa ang score. Okay? So dahil poor, letter R, yung sa dulo ng poor, right? That's skewed to the right. Okay? Tatandaan, positively skewed, poor performance, right, skewed to the right. Okay? Provides a sense of continuity and reinforces learning by linking previous knowledge to new concept. Of course, this is daily review of past lessons. Again, recall or review of past lessons. Assessment technique for measuring awareness of ethical values where students analyze and evaluate ethical decision-making scenarios. We call it the moral dilemmas. Moral dilemmas. Okay? Statistical basis for standardized grading and norm reference tests, ensuring fair and comparative student evaluation, that is normal distribution curve. Normal distribution curve. Psychological test that measures personal responsibility for behavior, which determines if individuals attribute outcomes of personal effort or external factors. Of course, that's locus of control test. Locus of control tests. Okay? So, key characteristic of a reliable assessment, ensuring that test results remain stable over time. That is what again? Key characteristic of reliable assessment, which ensure that test results remain stable over time. Of course, this is what? Okay? Ayan. Consistency and accuracy. Consistency and accuracy. Type of social interaction that involves two people, commonly seen in peer discussion and mentoring. What is that? Pag two people, commonly seen in peer discussion and mentoring, we call it, what interaction is that? Of course, this is dyadic interaction. Dyadic interaction. How about when three people where communication occurs in a small group setting? Kung dyadic ang two, the three is triadic interaction. Triadic interaction. Okay? Okay, next. Essential factor in effective learning, ensuring students fully understand concepts before moving to new material. What is that? Of course, that is mastery of learning. Mastery of learning. Okay, let me just answer this very important call for a while. All right, so that is again mastery of learning, mastery of learning. Okay? Next, the test item is too easy and should be rejected for assessment effectiveness. That is interpretation of difficult index of 0.82, which is too easy and should be rejected. Common issue in multiple choice construction where test question assess minor facts rather than essential learning objectives. We call it the content triviality. Content triviality. 0.81 to 1 indicating the test item does not effectively differentiate students' abilities. This is difficulty index with very easy, which should be rejected. Very easy should be rejected. 0.61 to 0.80 meaning the question is too simple and may need modification. That's easy revised item. It should be revised. 0.41 points to 0.60 suggesting that item is appropriately challenging. Of course, this is okay. Yeah, no? Appropriately challenging, of course, difficult ito. Okay? Ayan, nagloko na naman ang ating slides. Okay, for a while. Okay? So, 0.41 to 0.60, suggesting that item is appropriately challenging. Okay, ayan, napapagod na ito slide natin. May apologies for that. Okay, sige. Masyado daw tayo nagmamadali. Okay. Kailangan magmadali tayo kasi, 'di ba, kailangan mabilisan na tayo at ilang araw na lang, okay? At ayaw niya pa mag-next. Come on. Okay. So yeah, no. So we're talking about here the different Index of difficulty, again, we have three, right? Revise, reject, and retain. Okay? So kapag very easy and very difficult, of course, kailangan natin yang i-reject, no? Kapag nasa, ano yan, nasa middle, no, kailangan nating i-revise. Asa na ba siya? Ayan na. So, moderate, no? Retained item. Moderate difficulty, retained item. Tulad nito, 0.41 to 0.60, naka-middle yan, retain yan. 0.21 to 0.40, meaning the item is too hard and may require simplification. Difficult, revise item pa rin ito. Revision. While the 0 to 0.20, indicating that almost no students got the correct answer, this very difficult, we have to reject. So, pag very difficult and very easy, we have to reject it in terms of difficulty index. Okay, the percentage score is used to determine student rankings. That is statistical measure for identifying the top 15% of students. Now, determine student ranking, top 15% of students. This means that students perform better than 58% of their classmates, indicating a percentile rank naman that is interpreting a P58 score. Again, pag percentile rank like P58, we're comparing it against others. No? So, that's part of our norm reference. So, pag better than 58% of their class, it belongs to percentile rank of 58. Okay? Scores are widely spread, indicating significant variability in student performance. Pag widely spread, statistical meaning of a high standard deviation and test score. Pag high ang standard deviation, very heterogeneous. Pag very small, homogeneous. Okay? Smaller standard deviation is better than higher standard deviation in terms of test performance among our students. Okay? Identify student weaknesses and learning gaps to provide appropriate interventions. Of course, this is purpose of diagnostic evaluation in education. The weakness and learning gaps. Suggest a test is too easy as most students scored high. Of course, that's negatively skewed distribution in test score. Again, pag negatively skewed distribution, kabaliktaran to ng positive cues, we're here, good performance and skewed to the left. Okay? Negatively skewed to the left. Psychological tendency of people to attribute success to internal factors and failure to external factors, affecting self-perception and motivation, locus of control. Locus of control. Providing support and gradually reducing assistance, the learner gains independence. That's scaffolding in learning. Scaffolding in learning. Skill that involves grouping objects based on shared characteristic, a cognitive ability that enhances logical reasoning, classification. Classification. Recommended grade level for science instruction, the K-12 curriculum, ensuring foundational advanced learning. Okay, of course, science starts with grade 3 to 12. Grade 3 ang start, okay, ng science instruction. Common teacher grading bias favoring high-achieving students where teachers tend to give gifted students higher grades. Generosity error. Generosity error. Assessment that requires students to identify specific literary work by an author where students demonstrate comprehension through analysis. This is an example of a performance assessment. Performance assessment. A community of educators reflecting shared values, passion, and expertise, which fosters collaboration and continuous learning. That is professional network. Professional network. Placement of students as assessment focuses on measuring learning progress rather than student placement. That is step not included in preparing assessment procedures. Step not included in preparing assessment procedures. Expert learners focus on important and relevant information, filtering out unnecessary details. So this is information processing among expert learners. Information processing among expert learners. Novice learners tend to process all available information, making it harder to focus on key concepts. That's information processing among novice learners. Novice learners. Teacher repeatedly asserting authority over students where discipline is enforced through authority and control, demonstrates coercive power. Demonstrates coercive power. Serves as a reward system, reinforcing motivation, academic achievement. These are the importance of grades to students. Importance of grades to students. Excel in recognizing colors, shapes, symmetry, and images, and benefit from visual learning strategies. Characteristics of spatial intelligence learners. Characteristic of spatial intelligence learners. Assessment is used to measure students' massive content. That's evaluating the achievement of learning outcomes. Evaluating the achievement of learning outcomes. Focuses on vocational efficiency, preparing students for career readiness. What is this again? Of course, this is, yes, development of work skill in education. Development of work skills in education. Follows a normal distribution curve, ensuring fair comparison among students. What is that again? Okay, what is that? Of course, that's Yes, no? So these days, normative basis in assessment. Again, normative basis in assessment. Okay? So next, assigns different tasks suited to each group's abilities and learning styles. Of course, this is differentiated instruction in heterogeneous classroom. Differentiated instruction in heterogeneous classroom. So kapag gusto natin mag-test, for example, ng teaching strategy, gagamit tayong action research. So, ano bang mga teaching strategy ang magsusuit, no, sa ability and learning style ng mga estudyante? Again, sinasabi natin, ano kapag action research, PDCA model. Okay, naalala ko na. Okay, plan, do, check, and act. No, so that is the plan, do, check, act, or PDCA model. Help simplify complex concepts and enhance student engagement. That is use of instructional media in teaching. Use of instructional media in teaching. And who is again the father of media and education? Edgar Dale. A clean, safe, and secure environment conducive to learning. That is key feature of a well-designed classroom layout. A key feature of well-designed classroom layout. Includes well-maintained school buildings, safe classroom structure. This is the total physical environment that supports learning. Includes well-maintained school buildings and safe classroom structures. Allows students to express emotions and ideas through artwork using their preferred medium. Of course, this is encouraging student creativity in the classroom. This is part of their creative literacy. Okay, next, achieved through fusion, which blends multiple disciplines into a unified learning experience. How do we call it? Of course, that's integrating important skills across curriculum. Okay? Okay, integrating important skills across curriculum. Exploring the wonders of Cymatech in the modern world where lessons are organized around central themes. This is a theme-based approach in teaching. Theme-based approach in teaching. Okay? Okay. So next, uses a transdisciplinary authentic learning approach, connecting real-world financial and government issues to classroom lessons. Of course, that's teaching economic issues in an ABM class. Teaching economic issues in an ABM class. Refer to a subdisciplines within a subject area where different branches of a subject are interconnected. So this is intradisciplinary learning. Again, intradisciplinary learning. Okay? So next, required when test results are used for meaningful interpretation decision making. That's the importance of a table of simplification or TOS in a standardized testing. Okay? Teachers act as facilitators, helping students develop individual competencies, role of teachers in progressivism, John Dewey's philosophy. Okay? Teacher acts as facilitator. What is that again? Guide from the side. Pero kapag ikaw ay sole purveyor of knowledge, you are the sole dispenser of knowledge, you are sage on the stage. Sage on the stage, dispenser of knowledge. Guide from the side, facilitators. Patriotism as global literacy emphasizes cross-cultural understanding over nationalistic perspective. That is, global literacy focuses on all except patriotism. Global literacy focuses on all except patriotism. This falls under the domain of semantics, which deals with meaning and language, concepts expressed through words. Concepts expressed through words. Conducting action plans for nature protection projects, allowing students to engage in environmental advocacy, best strategy for integrating eco-literacy in the classroom, part of our ecological literacy. Known as Sage on the Stage, where the teacher is the primary source of knowledge, that is the traditional teaching approach, where the teacher leads a classroom, sole purveyor of knowledge or sole dispenser of knowledge. The guide on the side method, where the teacher facilitates learning rather than directly instructing, student-centered teaching approach, which is facilitator of learning. Involves convergent thinking, which moves from general to specific reasoning, determining the main reason for a significant event. Determining the main reason for a significant event. Most engaging and fun learning strategy for historical lessons where students act out historical scenes in a motionless representation. What is that again? It's a tableau. Again, it's a tableau. Okay? Effective teaching method using motionless group displays which encourages collaborative and creative learning. What is that again? Effective teaching method using motionless group displays which encourage collaborative and creative learning. That is tableau. Again, that is tableau. Philosophy that emphasizes evaluation and curriculum development, which focuses on continuous assessment, curriculum improvement, continuous assessment, Oliva model. Oliva model. Evaluation model that starts with objectives and ends with assessment, emphasizing measurable learning outcomes. That's Tyler's model. Tyler's model. Cyclical curriculum development process, which recognizes curriculum as an ongoing iterative process. That is Wheeler's model. Wheeler's model. Curriculum model that begins with identifying needs before objectives, which highlight teachers' role in designing the curriculum, the grassroots approach of TABA, Hilda Taba, TABA's model. TABA's model. Curriculum development model that prioritizes objectives and assessment, where objectives dictate instruction and evaluation, Tyler's model. Tyler's model. suggests that individuals are shaped by their surroundings, influencing personality and behavior, impact on environment, impact of environment on character development, impact of environment on character development. Demonstrated when children express different emotion appropriately, demonstrated when children express differently, a different emotion properly, sign of effective intelligence development in early childhood. Okay? So next, falls under the domain of multicultural education, promoting inclusivity and diversity. Of course, that's understanding and appreciating different ethnic groups. Understanding and appreciating different ethnic groups. Essential skill for navigating complex social interaction, which helps individuals interact effectively in various settings. That is social intelligence. That is social intelligence. Developing critical thinking and evaluation skills in media consumption, which fosters responsible digital engagement. That's media literacy. Media literacy. Managing money effectively is a life skill which involves budgeting, saving, and responsible spending. That's financial literacy. Financial literacy. Devices used to enhance digital learning, including computers, tablets, and educational software. That's digital tools. That's digital tools. Achieved through ecological literacy, emphasizing environmental responsibility, promoting sustainability, and ecological awareness in education. Supported by creative intelligence, which enables students to see problems from new perspectives, encouraging creativity and innovation in learning. Encouraging creativity and innovation in learning. Education that integrates economic and developmental issues, which applies learning to real-world economic context. Functional literacy. Functional literacy. Identify the address of a specific web page or resource on the internet. Uniform resource locator. Uniform resource locator. Teaching technique that enhances student interaction and discussion, where teachers allow students time to think before answering questions. Of course, that's wait time. That's wait time. Print materials, audiovisuals, computers, and realia catering to various learning styles. Multisensory learning tools for effective instruction. Multisensory learning tools for effective instruction. Preferred communication mode for asynchronous online learning, allowing students and teachers to interact at different times because asynchronous, not synchronized, no, hindi sila sabay na online. That's chat and instant messaging. Pag synchronous sabay na online. Okay, like video conferencing platform. Instructional activity that encourages students to search for information online, which promotes research skills and digital literacy. Scavenger hunt. Scavenger hunt. Okay. Learning management system supports asynchronous learning, which allows students to access materials at their own pace. That is Google Classroom. Any LMS like Google Classroom, okay, can be. Okay. Kapag ng video conferencing platform, kailangan synchronous kaya like Zoom, Google Meet, what else? Skype, ayan, mga okay. Next, online learning that requires real-time interaction such as Zoom or Google Meet session, as I mentioned, synchronous learning. Sabay na online si teacher and students. Supervisor responsible for field study and practice teaching, who guidance the student teachers during their practicum, college supervisors. College supervisor. Practical application of learning in a real classroom setting is mandated by CHED Memorandum Order number 74 and CHED Memorandum Order number 75, field study and practice teaching. Remember, CMO 74, Bachelor of Elementary Education, CMO 75, Bachelor of Secondary Education, CMO. Reading, writing, and arithmetic, which are essential early learning, is the basic foundational skills in education called the 3 R's. But we already have the fourth R, arts or creativity. Okay? Utilizing online learning platform to continue education amidst disruption, ensuring quality education while maintaining safety in learning delivery. Okay? Numerical representation of students' performance assessment, which indicates mastery level and ranking. That's the score. Score. Okay? Next, ability to understand, integrate, and communicate printed and written text, which encompasses reading, writing, digital literacy skills. Of course, this is multi-literacy. Multi-literacy. Clearly defined learning outcomes ensuring students achieve specific competencies, primary focus of outcome-based education or OBE. Essential element in outcome-based education to ensure mastery learning aligning assessment with learning objectives is criterion reference test construction. Criterion reference test construction. Key component blended learning for effective knowledge delivery where teachers provide guidance on both online and offline tasks. That's consultation phase. That's consultation phase. Next, stage of development where emotional attachment is formed where bonding with caregiver is critical. That is infancy. Infancy. Primary source of nutrition for a developing baby in the womb, which supplies oxygen nutrients. Of course, this is what again? No, the primary source of nutrition for a developing baby in the womb, which supplies oxygen and nutrients. Okay, so what's your answer, future top notchers? Ayan, naghang na naman. Okay, this is, okay, okay, sige, hintayin lang natin, no? So again, no, as I told you, no, so sana ay uh, relax na tayo 'no, hopefully by tomorrow afternoon, maybe tomorrow evening kasi by Sunday kailangan ano na tayo 'no, kailangan, very focused na tayo sa ating exam and hopefully ay remember natin lahat ng salient concepts natin both in general education and professional education. Ayan, that is of course the placenta. Next, effective way to integrate values in a mathematics class, of course, providing real applications and drawing out moral lessons from problem-solving scenarios. Okay? Next, legal basis for inclusive education for children with special needs, ensuring equal access to education for all. That's Republic Act 11650. Republic Act 11650. Vygotsky's concept of learning with the guidance of others, more knowledgeable others. Okay, MKO is within the Zone of Proximal Development or ZPT. Zone of Proximal Development. Innovative and non-conventional teaching technique for classifying concept, making learning fun and engaging. That's bingo games. Bingo games. Help preserve as teacher focus on environment, learners, and teaching strategies for professional growth. The significance of field study and teacher education. Significance of field study. We have 2 field studies in the new teacher education curriculum. John Dewey's educational philosophy, advocating experiential learning and problem solving. That's progressivism. That's progressivism. Philosophy that emphasizes the soul, spirit, and eternal truth, as proposed by Plato and Immanuel Kant. Idealism. Idealism. Educational philosophy that states learning comes only from experience, which emphasizes observation, experimentation in knowledge acquisition. That is empiricism. Empiricism. Educational philosophy that emphasizes faith, values, and hope, which believes in universal truths and moral absolutes. That's idealism. Idealism. Philosophy that focuses on adaptation and change, advocating learning through real-world experiences. Pragmatism. Pragmatism. Philosophical perspective that emphasizes free will and choice, which provide individual decision-making and self-determination. That's existentialism. Existentialism. Okay? Philosophical school that promotes empirical observation and experimentation, which relies on direct experience, the foundation of knowledge. Empiricism. Empiricism. Educational philosophy that emphasizes eternal truth and classical knowledge, which focuses on unchanging fundamental knowledge. That's perennialism. Perennialism. It takes a village to educate a child, highlighting the importance of social support and learning. Philosophy that emphasizes the role of community and education. Philosophy that advocates for social change through education, focusing on reforming society through learning. Reconstructionism. Reconstructionism. Curriculum design that integrates multiple concepts into a theme, which connects related ideas across disciplines. Thematic approach. Thematic approach. First philosopher in recorded history who introduced rational explanation for natural phenomena. Thales of Miletus. Thales of Miletus. Psychologist known as the father of humanistic psychology developed the hierarchy of needs. Abraham Maslow or Abraham Maslow. Okay? Psychologists developed the person-centered theory of personality, emphasizing self-actualization, personal growth. Carl Rogers. Carl Rogers. Country that originated the concept of kindergarten, pioneered by Frederick Froebel. Okay, of course, that's Germany. That's Germany. Okay, all right. So again, no, pag binago yung tanong, kasi before, binago yung tanong, kapag daw, kindergarten, anong ibig sabihin ng kindergarten? That's Garden of Children. At pag tinanong, anong etymology anong language ang kindergarten? That's German. And who's the father of kindergarten? Of course, that's Friedrich Frobel. Okay? Psychologist known as the father of modern social psychology who studied group dynamics and behavioral change. Okay? Sino nga ulit ito? The father of modern social psychology. Sorry, excuse me. Okay, so who's the father of social psychology? Of course, that's Kurt Lewin. Kurt Lewin, no, studied group dynamics and behavioral change. Progressive deepening of topics across grade levels, ensuring mastery over time. Of course, this is an instructional approach and the K to 12 spiral curriculum. Remember that our K to 12 curriculum, the enhanced basic education curriculum, follows the progression approach from simple to complex in a recurring pattern. Lowest level of cognitive learning in Bloom's taxonomy, which involves recall of facts and basic concepts. Of course, this is remembering. What's the highest? Creating. Na, lalo ngayon that we allow our students to create products, okay, or create processes. Type of curriculum that focuses on actual classroom practices, which represents what teachers implement in class. That's the taught curriculum. Kapag naman ito yung curriculum na binigay ng CHED, ng DepEd, no? So this is the recommended curriculum. Okay? So itong mga for example, isusulat na natin sa lesson plan natin. Excuse me. So that is the written curriculum. Okay, so that's the end of our marathon drill, no, of the salient concepts of professional education. Hopefully ay familiar na to sa inyo, kung hindi man at least may mga na idagdag, no, sa ating bank of knowledge in professional education. More than, of course, memorization, although may mga memorization part talaga sa professional education, is our comprehension and understanding, and how do we actually approach the questions na as a professional teacher, no? So put yourself in a shoe of an idealistic teacher, and you have to choose the best among the options. At lagi nating priority, of course, the students. It should be student-centered. Laging bida ang mga estudyante dapat sa ating mga kasagutan. Okay? So kapag meron pa kayong mga gustong if you still have time, no, at gusto nyo mag-check pa ng ibang mga drill question, meron po tayo sa ating Facebook page, Sir Dan Rugayan. And you can check some of our pub materials. Then I have posted Prof Ed notes. Pwede nyo pong tag dito daanan yung ating Prof Ed notes. These are a mix of different areas in professional education. Okay? So mga future LPTs, mga future top notchers, no? So this is a Lord's perfect timing. Of course, on Sunday you will be taking your board. So that's a perfect time to really exert your effort, no, with Lord's guidance. So bago po kayo mag-exam, of course, don't forget to ask His guidance. Okay, to guide you in answering your board exam. It be a two-part exam or a three-part exam for BSED. And I know that with the faith that you have in yourself and the faith that you have in whatever God you're believing in. Okay, kung ito man ay si Allah, si Yahweh, si Jehovah, ang Diyos, ang Bathala, kung sino man, okay, you will secure that license. So you just have to keep the faith, all right? And of course, kailangan magiging board passer po tayo for 2025. Okay, I believe in you, rooting for all of you who have been watching our videos for the past months or from the recent weeks kung bago lang po kayo. Okay, so hopefully you're really will really give your best, no, for this last board exam na ito. Okay? Maraming salamat, no, and thank you for being part. I'm happy. I'm grateful to being part of your journey. I've been reading your comments in the last video that I posted. I appreciate that much, and know that I really am believing in all of you. I'm rooting for all of you, and I will really check talaga, no, and I will really and let me know na lang pala, okay? Once, of course, you pass the board exam. I think that's the way I could be really it will compensate me that much, no? Your messages of gratitude and appreciation. So again, good luck po and God bless on Sunday, March 23, 2025, on your board exam. This has been your teacher Dan Rugayan, your Ag Amazing Guru, and your partner in your review, no, for these seasons. Okay. Till next time kayo naman na ang motivate sa ating mga future LPTs. So goodbye and thank you once again, future top notchers and future licensed professional teachers.